What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be talking about the Las Vegas Raiders and why I have high hopes for them this season and why I believe the NFL is still sleeping on them. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe for daily NFL and NBA content, and let's get straight to it. So yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders are in probably the toughest division in the entire NFL with the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Broncos that they will be having to face 2 times this season. And I believe that the Raiders are definitely not the worst team there. And I know that some NFL reporters have come out and said that they think the Raiders will end up dead last in that division. I do not think that will happen. I think the Raiders could definitely be 2 to 3, honestly. I mean, even number one, they could take that. I mean, last season they were the second best team in that division, just behind the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know this season that the Chargers got a lot better. The Broncos, they got Russell Wilson. Yeah, the Chargers, they got way better on defense. Like, I just think that this division is going to be a lot tougher. And I know that the Chiefs did trade away Tyreek Hill, but it's still going to be tough to face them because Patrick Mahomes is still there. Travis Kelce is still there, so it's just going to be tough to face that team this season. And overall, I believe the Raiders have a pretty tough schedule. I mean, the first 5 or so games are, they could go either way. I mean, game one, they're playing the Chargers, then they're playing the Cardinals, then the Titans, the Broncos, then the Chiefs. Any of those games could go either way. I know the Titans are obviously the weakest team there, but they're still, I mean, they still got King Henry there, so it's going to be tough to beat them. The Raiders' defense, it did improve more from last season, but it's not like they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. We've seen that they do struggle on the defensive side, but bringing in Devontae Adams and obviously having Hunter Renfrow there, I think that receiving core is honestly deadly. And then you also have I'd say top three tight end there in Darren Waller. So it's just going to be tough for any team to have to defend that offense there. And the Raiders' defensive line did improve. They did bring in Chandler Jones, and they already do have Max Crosby. So any offensive line is going to struggle to defend those two guys there from getting to the quarterback. Now, I'm honestly expecting a huge season from Derek Carr this year, and I think he could definitely be a Pro Bowler. I mean, he's playing with his guy there, Devontae Adams. They've had their connections in the past in college, and I just think that Derek Carr could definitely be a Pro Bowler. I mean, he did just get an extension a few months ago, $121.5 million for 8 more seasons, so he's pretty much a Raider for life there, and that's pretty cool to see. I mean, he hasn't had the greatest career with the Raiders. He only did play in 1 playoff game, so that's not too good there. But this is definitely the most talented roster he has ever had, I would say. I mean, I know he's made the playoffs twice. He got injured 1 year, but this is definitely his most talented roster. I mean, he has the best wide receiver in football. He's got one of the best tight ends. He's got a good up-and-coming wide receiver there. And Josh Jacobs, if he stays healthy, he could be a pretty solid running back. Their offensive line could definitely use some help. I mean, they did rank last season the 28th despite making the playoffs, so that's not good at all. They need to improve there. I know last season they did draft in the first round pick. I believe he was a 17th overall pick, Alex Leatherby, who wasn't the greatest, and he should have been a second round pick. I don't know what the Raiders were thinking there, but I just think that I think they'll be fine. I mean, last season the Bengals didn't have the greatest offensive line, and they made the Super Bowl. So I think the Raiders will be just fine. Yeah, so I just got some high hopes for the Raiders. I think they could definitely make the Super Bowl. I know this entire AFC is super, super deep. We have teams like the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Bills, Browns. I know that Deshaun Watson's going to miss most of the season, but I think they could still be good if they trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. The Bengals, as I said, honestly, the Patriots even, and I'd say the Ravens have a chance. And then also you're playing in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. I'd say the toughest division there with the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. So I think this year is going to be really tough for the Vegas Raiders. I'm really excited to watch this team play. I live in the Bay Area, so it's going to be fun watching them because they do show every game here. But yeah, that's it. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe for more Raiders and NFL content, and I'm out of here. Peace.